You're listening to the Teach Better Talk podcast featuring expert educators eager to share progressive tactics to reach more students. Teach Better Talk is created by teachers and fueled by passion. Let's get started.
Jeff, I love that introduction, but how's about I do my own?
Welcome to the 4th grade. Hello, I'm your teacher. My name's Mr. Reed, and it's very nice to meet ya. I'm from Chicago. I love eating pizza, and I dress to impress, but I still rock sneakers. It's my first year teaching, so it's all real exciting. Got some ideas, and I really like to try them. Like making songs to remember what you hear. We'll be learning so much by the end of the year. Tell my friends and my peers, the parents and the students, I'm ready, you're ready, we're ready, let's do this. Yeah. But absolutely no daydreaming, working hard till the bell starts ringing. Welcome to the 4th grade.
Oh my God, I think that was the best way that we have kicked off Teach Better Talk ever. Hello, everyone. Like, holy cow. All right, welcome. Episode 152 of Teach Better Talk. My name is Ray Hewart. And as always, I am with I can't even describe you right now, Jeff, because Dwayne totally killed it. So you're just going to be my co-host right now because
I will take it.
So impressive. Wow. So
I will take it. Yeah, that was a little preview into the episode with our guest, Dwayne Reed, who we'll talk more about why that makes sense, but he does awesome educational music and raps for his kids, and it's just really, really cool. But we thought that'd be fun to kind of start the podcast a little differently because, that's how Mr. Reed does it. So that was fun. I'm glad we were able to do that. So
I loved this episode. But before we get into it, can we highlight another just awesome educator?
Yes, let's do that.
Yeah, we did that for a few episodes, and I just felt like it was fun to talk on how great people are, if that makes sense.
Who will we highlight? Who do you want to highlight? Because I love this. This is what I want to do more of.
Oh, I'm sorry. You are going to let me decide who we are highlighting on episode 152?
Yes.
I can't wait. Really?
Yeah. Is that all right? Or do you need me to pick?
Yes, but I want a drum roll right here, and I'm not going to do it. So pause.
I'm just going to go grab you doing it from one other episode. But yeah.
Okay. This is our cool thing. I want to highlight Dr. Neil Gupta.
Oh, yeah, Neil. Do it. Let's highlight him. Go.
He is the best and coolest guy. And I say that knowing that, hello, we had an amazing guest that I feel very similar to her, but Dr. Neil Gupta has been an educator that I have followed since the beginning of my career, who now I really consider a great friend and a part of our Teach Better family. He's a part of the Teach Better Speakers Network. I literally could talk an entire episode on how amazing he is and how positive it is that he keeps positively impacting education. Geez, you've been connected to him. What do you think about Neil?
Neil is everything that you just said. He's such a good guy. And just a great. I'm an educator. He's an administrator. He speaks. He's on the board for ASCD. He's here I think he's a board member of Ohio Principals as well. He's here in Ohio. He's down in Worthington City Schools, and they do so much good work down there. And he's such an amazing leader. Has a great team down there. He was actually a previous guest on the podcast way back. It's been a long time, but it's still one of our top played episodes ever.
Yes, after you listen to this one, go listen to Neil's if you missed it. Because I even remember, it says something about his episode. I remember the quote he used in his, he had the best advice that I loved.
What is it? Do you remember it? I know.
Yes. You have to have the skin of an armadillo and the heart of a marshmallow.
Heart of a marshmallow. I love it.
I love it. I will always remember that. It was amazing advice for educators. And so not only being his friend, but that was just great episode.
Something really cool about Neil is that Neil will just randomly slide into your Voxer and just pump you up with some just awesomeness.
I know.
And either throw an opportunity at you or an idea or just a random thought or just let you know that he appreciates you. He's always up for a good chat. Just a good guy. When we go to Columbus, he's always like, "No, don't get a hotel room. You stay at my house." It's that's just who he is. So Neil, big shout out to you. We appreciate you so much. We love having you on the Speakers Network, but just in general, we love having you, I think, just in our community at all. And if you're not already following Neil, He is at Dr. Neil Gupta, and that's Gupta. So go follow him on Twitter, connect with him, engage with him, ask him questions, get to know him, get him in your PLN. You will not regret it. So good shout out, Ray.
Well, may we all have the generosity and amazing insight that Dr. Neil Gupta has. He's awesome. So I actually think talking about him in this episode is perfect because Dwayne Reed, who is our guest for this episode, blew me away. I've been connected with him for a long time. This is one of our first times, though, that I've been able to kind of speak with him and ask him questions. And wow, when we're talking about one really genuine educator now transitioning to another really passionate, genuine educator, I love that. I think that's kind of the mantra of this entire episode, to be honest.
I agree. So let's talk about that. You already mentioned Dwayne Reed. You heard his music at the start of this. Dwayne is a 4th and 5th grade teacher in Chicago. He's a YouTube sensation. He's went viral, I think a few times with his music videos. A big one was Welcome to the 4th Grade. He's been featured on CNN, on Good Morning America, on a whole bunch of other shows I'm not thinking right now, written up in all kinds of newspapers. I mean, he's highly sought after to do videos outside of education, but where his passion is that. And he talks about this whole, like, his drive to just make people realize that school, like, really is awesome and it's hip and it's cool and it's dope. As he said, it's just what, I just love his passion behind that mission of helping people realize how amazing the students he works with are and how amazing school can be and should be and bring in the community. And he really shares that story. His story of failure was phenomenal. We do talk about his videos and how that came about, which I think was a great story. And I thought he rocked the kind of quick pitch round with the 6 questions with no preparation at all, and some of his responses were just phenomenal. I'm super excited for you to listen to this episode and take so much value away. Ray usually says this. I'm going to say it for her. This is one you need to listen through at least twice.
True.
And take some notes, and then you need to connect with Dwayne. You need to get to know him. He is a good guy. He was a lot of fun. We had a blast chatting with him before and after the actual recording, and he is as genuine as he sounds, and he's just a good guy. So, Ray, do you have anything else? I think I said it pretty well, but just double checking.
You summed it up. I'm such a fan. Enjoy the episode and make sure to connect with these incredible educators.
I love it. And so with that, let's get an episode 152 with Dwayne Reed.
Hey everyone, it's Ray. We are about to get right back to the episode, but I wanted to make sure you are a part of our Facebook group. The Teach Better team has a private Facebook group that has grown so much over the past few months, and we continue to do live sessions, answer questions, and have teachers share their lesson plan ideas so we can all collaborate together. Head over to Facebook and search Teach Better Team to request to join, or you can head to teachbettergroup.com and request there. Either way, we'll see you over on Facebook. Now let's get back to the episode.
All right, we're here. We are chatting with Dwayne Reed. And Dwayne, man, it's so awesome getting you on this podcast. Super excited. Been connected with you for a little while on social media. I've watched some of your videos. I've read about you. We're going to miss each other next week at IdeaCon, but so stoked to have you on the show right now. Want to dive into sort of your story, get into your head, and learn a lot about you. Before we get too far into that, how you feeling right now?
Well, Jeff, Ray, thank you for having me on the show. I'm excited to talk about any and everything with y'all. And I feel Friday happy, man. It was a long week of school, and now it's weekend time with me and my wife. So I'm feeling happy.
Oh, I love it. Yes, it was definitely a long week, but Friday afternoon, get a weekend ahead, hopefully get to relax. That'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want to make sure for all of our listeners that they get to kind of learn all about you. I know Jeff and I have been following you for a long time. Love the work that you're doing. So I have no idea how you're going to answer this one. But when somebody, bumps into you and maybe asks you what you do, how do you usually describe yourself?
Oh, wow. I like that question. I'm going to start asking it. If they ask me what I do, I tell them that I am a teacher. Just straight out, I teach kids. Particularly, I teach Black kids in inner city Chicago. I'm really about Black empowerment and about seeing our particular kids be great. So I really want to encourage them and build them up in that. And I think there's so many like pictures and media stories that portray Black people as bad or criminal or evil or unintelligent. So I think just as many opportunities as I can to say, hey, no, I am teaching and preaching Black excellence to these little Black beautiful kids. I think as many opportunities I have to mention that to people, white, Black, Latinx, whatever they might be, I think the better. So hey, I'm a Black man teaching Black kids in Chicago, and I love every bit of it. That's how I introduce myself.
I love that, and I love that you love every bit of it, and I love that you're trying to spread that message. That's an important one. And some of the ways in which you're showing how awesome things are in your classroom and these beautiful kids that you talk about. Your fourth grade, correct? Yes, fourth grade.
Yeah, fourth
right?
and fifth grade.
Yeah, fourth and fifth grade. Okay. Well, I should know fourth because that's the song, right? Welcome to the fourth grade. So I want to talk about that for a minute. We're gonna go there. So you've had you have a number of songs that you've done that with your kids and for your kids that you put out and stuff. But that was the one, if I remember correctly, that was the one that really kind of took off and went viral for a bit. So I'm curious to know sort of where that come from. What made you start doing that, recording those songs? Was that the first one you did? Can you sort of take us on that journey with your videos?
Yeah, for sure. So, Welcome to the Fourth Grade, which can be found on YouTube, was actually my very first academic song and music video. The very first music video I ever recorded went viral. So on YouTube, it's close to 2 million views right now. And then on other social media, Facebook, Instagram, even Snapchat, I've got probably close to 15, 20 million views total. So what that was I was tired of the whole letter home or email home about who my student's teacher would be. And I thought, hey, how can I be different? Let me make a rap video. One of my teachers had showed me a rap video, my professors to show me a rap video that a teacher had done. And I said, hey, you know what? I can do that and I can do it 100 times better. So I made that video and I put it out to my kids, just telling them, hey, here's who I am. Hello, I'm your teacher. My name's Mr. Reed. It's very nice to meet you. I'm from Chicago. I love eating pizza and I dress to impress, but I still rock sneakers. So really just letting my kids know who I was from the jump. So they knew what they'd be getting themselves into. We released the video and it went viral a day after that. Good Morning America, CNN, everything. And I think it's just a cool way for my kids to have known, oh, this is what we're getting into this year. Let's go. So that was the Welcome to the Fourth Grade video.
I love it. I'm going to ask Dwayne, can I take like a 30-second clip and put it into the show right here?
You absolutely can.
Okay, cool. And we'll make sure, you listening, I'm going to play a little bit of it here for you, but then we're going to link the, Dwayne's channel and everything in the show notes. You'll be able to actually go check it out, subscribe, watch the other videos.
Welcome to the fourth grade. So happy to meet you. Can't wait till I see you. We're gonna have a good time. We'll study mathematics, division and adding. And don't forget fractions. We're gonna have a good time. Welcome to the fourth grade. I'll always greet you with a smile. I'll always try to make the lessons worthwhile. And when you do good work, I'll acknowledge, cause I know that you're headed off to work or to college, so we gotta keep it.
You have some other ones too, like the morning song and a few others too. I think there's one that's actually just Welcome to School. So is that something you're doing regularly, or is it just like once a year they try to put things out? Like how often are you doing that? I'm very interested in this whole thing.
Yeah, Jeff. So I pretty regularly. So even in my classroom, I use a lot of singing, a lot of dancing, a lot of things that I'm naturally good at and that my students care for. I use it as often as possible in the classroom. But then in addition to that, I do make a lot of academically shaped or, molded music videos for a lot of companies. I have a lot of brand partnerships. So I've worked with Arby's. I've worked with Old Navy. More recently, I've worked with a company called Abbott on a Stay Healthy campaign. So I work with a lot of brands just communicating, teaching is dope. School is dope. Learning is dope. Like, let's get behind this and really trying to help galvanize both teachers, parents, and kids, should I say all three of those, to say, hey, this is cool. We can have fun doing this, as cliche as it sounds, but school is cool. And I make it sound cool over a beat. So as often as people reach out to me, I look to do those videos. And I've actually got one coming up here soon. I want to make one for testing. Testing is a really big thing. whatever side that you fit on it, testing is a really big thing. And I want to make a song that kind of alleviates some of the stress and anxiety that comes along with testing, but still helps encourage not only the parents and the students, but the teachers as well. So I try to make those academic songs as much as possible.
I love it, man. That's just super cool. I love that you're doing that. You're playing off the strengths that you know you have and things that you're passionate about, and they'll tell the story with it. It's really, really cool. So I'm really interested to ask you this. This is a question that we talk about on pretty much all of our episodes. But someone listening right now is hearing you. You carry yourself so well. You're confident in your abilities. You do rap videos. You make music videos. You do all these songs. You've had some success. You've got notoriety. You got viral videos stuff. I think it'd be really easy for people to look at you and go, man, this guy just always had it figured out. He's just cruising. But I know, because I just know like that there's been some challenges along the way and stuff. So I'd love it if you could share with us a story that you've had a challenge or a failure, and kind of take us there with you. What happened? How did you overcome that? And what did you take away from that experience?
You mean, okay, you want one from yesterday? Do you want one from Tuesday? Do you want one from Monday? Right?
Yeah, you pick whatever one you want.
Man, first off, I just really want to shatter this notion, this idea that I've got it all together. I think people look at quote unquote edu celebrities or celebrities as a whole, but I think people look at edu celebrities or edutainers and they just think, oh my gosh, they've got everything perfect and pristine and Instagram worthy, Pinterest perfect. Like, nah, not at all. Like, dude, there's so many times where I'm like, if people just knew how bad I just failed, they would just be like, he's a crock. It's a sham. Just thinking of even recently last week, man, I'm having some troubles with my fourth grade class. They're really giving me the run. And, I preach relationships. Like, you have to build relationships. My students can't bloom until I first Maslow'd, right? I have to reach their needs before anything can take place in their minds. Like, I preach that relationships are key. Yet I have this particular student who, he really gives me a go. He really gives me a run for my money. And trying to build that relationship with him is like trying to pull teeth, your own teeth. And there was a moment when I pulled him to the side and I wanted to build a relationship with him. I took him out of his prep for 10 minutes and I wanted to ask these questions to get to know him. And I wanted to be all, cheesy butterflies. And I'm going to get to know him. We're going to have a great relationship. There's going to be no more problems in class. But it wasn't. It was hard. It was hard to listen to him talk. Because I just kept thinking, you are a terror to me in this class. Why am I, quote unquote, in my mind, wasting my time right now? And it was tough, man. And it was hard to live out the same things that I preach day in and day out. And I definitely felt like a hypocrite. I really did. But I got it done. I had the conversation and I felt like it was worthwhile. I left thinking, okay, things aren't perfect, but they're getting closer to where they need to be. So there's often times where I'll tweet something, but the very next day I'll be hypocritical and do the complete opposite. Like, not that I'm a liar, but that, man, I'm flawed. I'm flawed just like the rest of us. And there's sometimes when I'm not on my A game. And my kids see it the most because they're the ones who are in contact with me 24/7, right? Or at least throughout the school day. So, yeah, man, I fail more often than I succeed. It's just that, you get to see the successes on social media because that's how it is. So.
Yeah, that's true. I love it, man. So let's flip it. Let's talk about one of those successes, one of those successful moments. And this can be something big or something small, but tell us what happened. Why was it a successful moment for you? And then what'd you take away from that experience?
Bet. Today, one of my scholars said, Mr. Reed, I like testing now. They finished taking a quiz that they had. And then he said to me, real quiet, Mr. Reed, I like taking quizzes now. Another scholar heard this and was like, oh yeah, that kid, he used to hate testing. So that I take that as a little win. I'm thinking he feels more equipped. He feels more confident to take these tests. And mind you, the last 3 quizzes that we've taken, he scored in the 90 percentile. He scored a 90% or better when normally he's scoring 30s, 40s, and 50s. So, man, that's a win for me. If he feels confident to take tests, some of which he's going to be taking for a really long time in his collegiate career, in his scholastic career, that makes me confident. That makes me happy. That's a little win for me. And then 2, when my kids tell me about themselves, that makes me happy. That's a win for me. That's a success. When they feel confident to share about their lives and the good or the bad that's going on in their lives, that is a success for me because it's all about getting to know them at a human level, right? So yeah, man, those are the little successes that I've seen just in the last day.
No, I think those are awesome successes. I'm constantly joking with my students about building good testing culture. And I think that that's one of the biggest wins, that you can take something that you know is high stress and high anxiety and make it bearable, have it be more of a focus of proven that they understand something versus, oh, scary test day. I mean, that's a huge success. So I love that you've created that culture. I think it really changes not only the culture of the student taking the test, but almost the whole classroom. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think too, again, with state testing coming up here for us, at least in the spring, I think if you develop that culture that says, "Hey, this is not as scary as you think it is." It's like we've prepared for this. Like you're comfortable, and not only are you comfortable and ready to take the test, just like test prep, but no, you're comfortable and you're confident in what you know, and now it's time to show it. So it's less, okay, this is a test, and more, nah, I'm going to show off what I know, and that's that.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, there must be so many things in education that excites you, because I can just tell from following you on social media and your videos that you just bring so much energy and passion to this profession. I mean, as a teacher myself, I just know that I thrive off connecting with people that have that same drive, those same core values. So I have to know, with everything that you're doing right now, what's really like fueling your fire and keeping you excited about education?
I think what fuels my fire in education is connecting with people, period. There's the old cliche that says I'm a people person. No, I really want to be a people person. I want to humanize education. I think we've gotten off track in its numbers and its statistics and its data. Um, when in reality, I think it should be people. Man. It should be the hearts and souls and the minds and all of those things that come step foot into our classrooms and leave out of our classrooms. I think being able to leave a kid with a story that changes their life is something that motivates me to go into the classroom. I might say something today that this kid is going to remember for the rest of their life, and not necessarily academic content, right? Not necessarily even a teaching style that I used or methodology I used, but I might say something that has nothing to do with academics that will possibly change this child's life. And that's what I go in for. That's what drives me. That's what makes me excited to make the music videos or to come up with the kind of quirky lesson. But maybe they'll remember that quirky lesson and that'll help them. That's what drives me, man. I want to see these kids, particularly these Black kids that are in front of me. I want to see them be excellent, and whatever other kids get placed in front of me, I want to see them be excellent. And more than that, I want teachers across the entire globe, Dagnier, to feel like, man, they have the power to literally change lives. You're not just teaching some lesson. You're not just preparing this scholar for a test. Like, you are literally changing their life. I was thinking this today as I exited. I was like, oh my gosh, there are dozens and dozens of actual human beings in my care. Like, when you sit and really think about that, it changes your whole perspective. It's not just a job. It's not just somewhere you get your paycheck from. It's not just where you find your identity. You are literally in control and care of people's lives, and they're going to go on and be something. How are you going to help shift and shape them towards being something positive? And I think that's what drives me, man, knowing that you have that power, right? And with great power comes great responsibility. And I feel like as a teacher, I have a great responsibility to do my best to shift and to shape and to mold and to push your child to be on the best projectile that they possibly can be.
Oh, it's so powerful. And I hate to say this, but I feel like on the hard days, we forget that. And that reminder is so important, that even with all the paperwork, even with the meetings you didn't want to go to yesterday, or even with the tricky parent phone calls and the student that's giving you a hard time in fourth hour, with all that being said, we all are making an impact. And it's really important, I think, that we remember that not only during the fun times to celebrate the work we're doing, but during those hard times to remind ourselves why we do it. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
powerful.
Yeah, I think too, just even for those who, got a couple years under their belt, like I guarantee you've got some success stories. I guarantee you've got five scholars in your head that you can say, oh yeah, I remember back in '02. Oh yeah, I remember back in 15. Oh yeah, last year. You've got those scholars and they serve as reminders like, hey, you're another one that's going to be on that list. You're another one that's going to be calling me. You're another one that's going to be emailing me. You're another one that's going to say, hey, I want to name my son's middle name after you, because like you gotta know that positivity is coming. You gotta know that change is coming. Right now, in the throes of it, being in the eye of the tornado doesn't feel good. But once you're out of it, you can look back and see, oh my gosh, there's peace now. There's change now. Like a lot of times, man, I'm telling you, Ray. A lot of times you got that kid, and it's like, oh my dear Lord Jesus, please help me. And those are the same kids that come back at the end of the year and it's like, oh, my dear Lord Jesus, you helped me. You changed me. You made me a better person. And that's both ways. So, yeah, man, celebrate those things. They're coming. Those successes are coming.
Man, so Dwayne, we always like to ask people for advice. And I think it's so perfect to ask you this because something I really enjoy about you, especially, I mean, you've very much articulated this in the podcast as well, is that you really have a passion for the work you're doing. And the things that you share out are more than just, hey, go build relationships, but truly the stories and some strategies that you can do tomorrow to actually put it into action, right? It's not just about this overarching idea of the possibilities of the impact, but really what can we go do right now to ensure that we are better, right? Better today and better tomorrow. So with any piece of advice, whether it's be for a new teacher or veteran teacher, what do people need to hear to continue forward in this progressive progress, of education, of really reaching all of our students?
Yeah, man, just some super, super practical advice that I would give. Find one thing that you like about the kid that you quote unquote don't like. Right. If we're being honest, I'm not going to sugarcoat. There's some kids that it's like, oh my gosh, bro, if you didn't come next week, the entire week, that would be awesome. Right. We've all had that thought before. But OK, take that kid and now find one thing that you like about them and harp on that. Blow it up. Let that be y'all's thing. Right. If y'all both like collecting butterfly carcasses, hey, then y'all both like collecting butterfly carcasses. Like that's your thing. That's what you can use to build as a foundation of y'all's entire relationship. So I think if you find that one thing you like about every single scholar, man, you are already light years ahead of any other teacher who's not choosing to do that. Another thing that you can do, man, pull them for lunch. You are going to hate it on the inside of your soul, but pull them for lunch. Like it's really hard to continue to dislike or despise a person that you're spending time with. That's why I think it's so crucial. This is a side note. That's why I think it's so crucial in terms of race relations for people to have dinner with people that don't look like them. People who come from different walks of life, people who literally they know have different beliefs, sit down and enjoy a meal with them. If that can help reconcile people who have different political beliefs or different beliefs about the police or different beliefs about anything else, don't you think sitting down and eating a McDonald's Happy Meal with your scholar is going to change the way you view them and they view you? I hear the church bells ringing. Amen. Amen. So, yeah, man, sit down and have lunch with a scholar. That's something easy that you can do. And then another piece of advice that's super, super, super easy is find ways to overemphasize your appreciation for your scholars. Let me give you an example. My fourth grade scholars in the past week or two have been not the best, in my opinion. They're really undesirable behaviors, et cetera, et cetera. But at the beginning of the day the beginning of the afternoon when I get them and the end of the afternoon when they leave, I raise the praise, right? Minimize the criticize. I read somewhere in some book, raise the praise, minimize the criticize. It's not, oh my gosh, y'all are getting on my nerves. Oh my gosh, this is the worst. It's, well, here's the positive thing that I saw today. This particular scholar, she did not blurt out an answer today. Boom, y'all get credit. I do the little jelly beans they get. Boom, y'all get jelly beans for that. Okay, this particular scholar stayed in their seat when we were supposed to be working independently. Boom, y'all get jelly beans for this. And we all made a big deal over those quote unquote insignificant things, but they're really a big thing. So I think really overemphasizing, like celebrating the positive that you see goes such a long way. It's hard, but it goes such a long way. I promise it goes a long way.
Absolutely.
That is some powerful advice there. That was great. Wow. All right, so let's have some fun, Dwayne. We're going to put you to the test here.
Let's do it.
What we're going to do is we're going to do the next 6 questions. Your goal is to answer each one in 15 seconds or less. You ready to go?
That's how I should normally be. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, man. No, I love it. You should not normally be that way. You got so much value in you. But we're going to do these 6. We're going to do this. Ready?
Let's get it.
All right. What is one ed tech tool you cannot live without?
Oh, dear Lord. It's going to be fun. Man, shoot. Class Dojo.
Give us a book that you're reading right now.
How to Be Anti-Racist by Ibram X. Kendi. Go get it.
Who do you need to follow on Twitter or Instagram or social media in general today? Give us up to 3.
Oh, y'all should go follow. Oh, shoot. Dang. Go follow, I don't know, Ron Clark. Go follow, follow my wife. And then go follow Michael Bonner. That's my guy, my homie, Michael Bonner. Please go follow Michael Bonner. You want to talk about a dude that's about that business? Michael Bonner.
And then your wife, what's your wife's name?
Oh, my wife is the greatest, most beautiful black woman in the world. Oh, I'm sorry. Moni Fresh on all social media.
Loving it. All right. Give us a good YouTube channel or website for educators.
A good YouTube channel. Shoot, I have to switch that up. I watch a lot of Edutopia videos.
Okay.
So that's basically my educational YouTube.
I like it. That works. Give us a daily, weekly, or monthly routine you think every teacher should get into.
Have chants that you use, even if the most boring chants in the world or they're the most exciting chants. So use chants all the time. Chants, little songs. Everybody loves songs. Everybody loves music. They'll remember your class as a result.
All right. And finally, what is the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Ask as many questions as possible.
Love it.
Ooh.
I tell you, Ray, he did that. I mean, we sent our guest the questions. He did not look at that. That was 100% legit on the spot. I loved it.
I'm just gonna go follow your wife right now. I'm just letting you know. That was.
I think I already do, but yeah.
So if people do really well on these questions, they get a Teach Better Chalk trophy. So we're gonna make sure that we send that your way. So Jeff, you're gonna get that all packaged up for him, right?
Yeah, I'll get us. Yeah, it's already on its way. I just
go. I'm putting it on my social media.
There we go.
I'm standing next to it. I'm dressing up in a suit. I'm putting up thumbs, everything.
Now I gotta actually send him a trophy, right?
Yeah, you do, Jeff. Yeah, you do. It's about time. I mean, what, episode like 150 something? We might as well get a real trophy rather than just telling people that we have a trophy.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah,
please, I need it. I'll even start drinking out of it if I have to. Like if it makes it more important to me.
Like a cup trophy, that is what you're envisioning.
Yes, sir. That's what I want.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I'm gonna get on it.
All right. Well, the trophy is headed your way, but I want to make sure before we head out that our listeners are able to connect with you on any platform that you're willing to share, any website you're willing to share, to try and make sure that your message continues to be amplified and also our listeners continue to benefit from all the amazing things that you continue to share. So how can they stay connected?
Yeah, so actually, my kids got me into creating a TikTok. So I just created a TikTok today.
Nice.
No, I'm kidding. Don't follow me on TikTok. They'll just be bad.
Right now on TikTok. I'm done.
Nah, but you can follow me on everything at Teach Mr. Reed, TeachMrReed. So that's on Instagram, that's on Facebook, that's on Twitter, Teach Mr. Reed. And then if you want to email me, it's just my name, Dwayne P. Reed @gmail.com. So contact me about anything, about speaking engagements, about being on podcasts, just even random questions. I had a high schooler messaged me the other day and said, Mr. Reed, I follow you on social media. I'm thinking about getting into teaching. What are some tips? Like, what's the road that I should follow? And people just love to ask questions, and I love to try to answer them if I know the answer to them. So follow me.
I love it. And you can find all the links, all the resources, everything we talked about in this episode over at teachbetter.com, as well as all those links to connect with Dwayne, check out his videos, ask him all the questions you can possibly think of. So make sure you head over to the show notes at teachbetter.com for all of that. Be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming episodes. And if you can give us a rating and review, we'd really appreciate that as well. And let's keep taking this one step further. Think of just 3 of your colleagues who need to hear these amazing stories and share this podcast with them. Dwayne, man, this was awesome. So happy to have you on there. So much value in this episode. I'm really excited for people to listen and learn and get connected with you if they aren't already.
Yes.
Really appreciate you taking some time hanging out with us, man. Thank you.
No, we appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for having me on, and go out there and have dinner with somebody who don't look like you and who doesn't believe something, doesn't speak as good English as you, doesn't have the same faith as you. Go out there and have dinner with that person, please. God bless.
Powerful. And with that, let's get out there and let's teach better.
I gotta stay healthy. I gotta stay. I got one body, I'ma treat it right. That means working out, I'm going to sleep at night. When my stomach's hungry, I gotta feed it life. Saying no to that junk food, I'm eating right. In addition to chowing down, I need to move, cause I'm full of energy after eating foods like apples, eggs, brown rice, and grapes. Spinach, yogurt, and avocado got me feeling great, yeah. Being healthy is key, it's the new wave. So let me break it down to you in a few ways. Exercising, running, and bike riding, and walking to the store with your homies on a cool day. No matter what it is, be active. Climb up a mountain and take a few selfies. If it's planting a garden with your friends or just going hard at the gym, we gotta stay healthy. I gotta stay healthy. Good food, good sleep, they help me. I get way more done, cause way more power means way more fun, yeah. I'm living my best life. Looks good, feels good, sounds good, hey. All together for the win. With my family and friends, we gotta stay healthy. Yeah. I gotta stay